Hello everyone. I'm there live from Live's Honor and um, I'm Poonam Khatri. I'm the certified life coach from Live's Honor and I'm taking the interview on behalf of Live's Honor from the US, Kristine Baker, and she is any moment she can join over here and just waiting for her to join. Meanwhile, I just would like to tell few things about her that she is a kind of inspiration for all of us. Yes, I've already approved her request. Yes, she is on the way. Hi,
All right, here we
Kristine.
are.
How are you?
Good. Can you hear me?
Good to see you. Yes, I can hear you. I can
Okay,
see you.
wonderful.
Hope I'm clear and visible.
Wonderful.
Very good. Good to see you. And welcome
Yes,
to
you
Live's
too.
Honor page.
Say that one more time.
Yes, how are you doing?
Oh, wonderful.
Wonderful. Great, great. Good to see you here once again. So, Christine, I would like to give a short introduction about you, as
Okay.
obviously the public there in the page would like to know about you. Yes.
Okay.
Um, First of all, guys, who all are coming in my page, just look at this. Who all are there? Deep, hello, hi Arjun, and this is Kristine Baker from USA. It's so early there that she is able to join us. You're looking so
That's all right.
pretty, Christine, in
Well,
the
thank
early
you.
morning also.
Yeah, I have my cup of coffee.
Oh, great. I just have a a glass of water only right now.
There you go.
So, yes, Christine. Um, Guys, she's Christine and she is inspiration for all of us. She has been working into the corporate world from long time. She has a degree in geology. She always has love and passion towards the nature. So she has left everything and back to the nature after 14 years of life. And there she is achieving great, and she is actually summiting few of the mountains, which are even somehow the higher in the highest, the I would say ki in the world somehow. So we would like to hear about her from her. So Christine, just give your introduction and tell about your passion and your experience of the life which you have faced in the real life. So would you like to share your experience with us?
Sure, I would love to do that. Thanks. Um, so I recently moved from Florida, which is a state that is completely flattened by sea level. If you know about the
Hmm.
United States, we have 50 states, to a state that is very high in elevation. And the geology, what happened with the geology is forces collided together, which caused the mountains to uplift. So we have some really tall mountains in this state. We have 58 mountains that are above 14,000 feet,
Wow.
which is yeah, which is about 4,267 meters tall. I don't know if that helps. Because I know America's just, they just talk in feet and stuff like that. Um, so what that means is in this state alone, we have 58 mountains that have access to some of the tallest mountains in the world. So the only ones that are taller are Everest, K2, and then up in Alaska is Denali, or it's
Hmm.
also called McKinley. And those are like 20,000 feet above sea level. So I'll just stick with my 14,000, but it's really neat. And I didn't think it was possible to summit something like that. I thought that that was out of my range. But
Okay.
in 3 months, because I broke out of my comfort zone, which we're going to talk about, I was able to summon 8 of them.
Oh,
So
great. Here you are
yeah.
talking about, like, obviously, when you were getting into this summiting of the mountains, what did came in your mind, what was your thought, and why did you actually left everything and come to this place? Why exactly?
Well, so I followed my husband. He
Okay,
had his
great.
job, so that's why we moved here. And I had grown up not too far from here. And
Hmm.
so I've always loved mountains, and that's why I have a degree in geology, is I always
Hmm.
loved being out in nature. So coming back here, I've just enjoyed it. I've really missed the mountains, so I'm taking full advantage of it. So how did I really start even taking the first step when I decided to go on that quest of summoning those big guys? um, I started a women's hiking group, and together we decided to take on these hikes around the area. And I met a lady who she was very tall, and she had, her story was is she had been through a lot of struggles in life. She had gone through cancer and a few other things.
Oh,
And she was like, you know what? I decided to embrace life and live it. And I decided to climb 14ers. And I looked at her and I was like, wait a minute, you did? And so, then I'm like, hold on. So I was like, if she can, I wonder if I can. So then I went home, I took my first step, and I got on the computer. I researched some trails. I researched how long it would be. And up to that point, when I would go hiking, I was doing about 12 miles a day. So then,
great, great.
yeah,
So do you really mean to say that you have to push yourself to come out of your comfort zone, which you must have been into living the leisure life in the big cities, and then suddenly coming to a place where the nature is all around, and then you have to do something which you have never done. So did you really come out of your comfort zone?
yes, I did. So, like, I
How?
never thought it was,
Yes.
yeah, I
What
never
was
thought it was
inspiration
possible.
for you? Are you talking about that particular lady? Was she the inspiration for you or something
Yeah,
else?
she was the start of the inspiration of just planting the seed that I can do it, right?
Great,
And then
great.
so as I started to research the trails, that was my first step in stepping outside, was actually looking at the trails around me that could be possible, right? And then once I found the trail and I chose the trail, the next step was I had to show up at the trailhead. So I had to actually commit to what I was doing, if that makes sense, right? So there
True,
I am.
true.
I'm at the trailhead. I'm staring up at the mountain I'm about to summit, which is kind of pretty scary because there's way
It
up
must
there.
be. See, this
And
is
I'm like,
my achievement. I'll have to be there. Correct.
yeah, and I'm going up there. Oh, great. Okay. And then so you have a moment where you're like, can I do this? Right?
True.
And then you take the first step. And it's a hard step because it's really steep, and you take a few more. And then what sets in is like, oh my gosh, I can't breathe because you're so high in altitude.
Mm-hmm.
And then you
Mm-hmm.
keep taking some more steps. And
Mm-hmm.
pretty soon, with persistence and actions that you take, guess where you end up? You're on the top. You're actually on the top of the world. So that's what
True.
is actually achievable when you can look outside of your comfort zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is you get to
Mm-hmm.
places where you never thought you would be.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that.
Can you define with in your words, what do you mean by exactly coming or breaking through your comfort zone? How would you define in few words?
Okay, so you know, as we move through life, we hit these
Hmm.
barriers that keeps us where we are in life. We have no
True.
growth, right? So a comfort zone and breaking past it, right? That's where the growth happens. So when you create growth and steps in your life, it's, looking at your life and deciding what do you want more in life.
So you
And
mean to
then,
say that the we need to break the set patterns, of life.
right.
Okay,
And so
great.
I also call it as you have your lid on life, and breaking the lid open requires actions to get there. So no matter
True.
what they are, if they're small or big, you have the power to take, um, action to actually get to where you may think you want to be or to a goal that you have. But it's only going to happen if you take the first step. And so,
So
you
true.
know, I'm just a person who believes in, even if it's like at the mountain, even if you're standing at the trailhead and you take one step, even if
Mm-hmm.
you don't go any higher, you took that
Hmm.
step. Maybe next time you go to the trailhead and take two more steps. But
So
the
you
thing
mean to
is, you're
say that
choosing.
you have started with small actions first to achieve the bigger one? Are you
Say,
trying to say the same thing?
say that one more time.
I'm saying that you have started with the small step first, and before achieving the obviously before thinking of the achieving the bigger goal, you started with small actions so that you could achieve along, and reach to the highest level what you have in your mind.
Correct.
Correct? Yes. Great, great. That's actually incredible, Christine, because most of the time, what happens, we women, not women actually, we all human beings are busy in our daily life and set patterns of life, which we don't even think of coming out. We feel that this is the life which maybe I'm meant for. We don't even realize the life out of it. I still remember when we were talking first time, you told me that before doing that, you had this thing in your mind that this is all your life, You didn't have
Right.
anything else in your mind. But once you came out of that zone, maybe, or as you said, the surrounding made you think about it that this is your life, correct? So tell
Right.
me about more about like importance of what do you think the person needs to do to come out of his comfort zone, his what about his pattern of his mindset? What do you say that how his mindset actually plays the role in this
Right. That's a good one. So, when we're thinking of breaking through our level of
hmm,
comfort, right?
hmm,
There's certain emotions that overtake us.
hmm,
Anxiety,
hmm,
fear, is are big ones. What are people going to say about me? I mean, it goes a whole list, right? So we have a lot of jargon in our head.
hmm,
And you talk about a mindset shift. Well,
hmm.
you've got to put that aside. You put it so delicately. So when you put it aside, explain it in your own words what that means to you.
You want me to explain it?
Yeah. So for me, it's putting that aside, it's putting your emotions aside, but you said it in such a beautiful way before.
Yes, yes. I still remember we were talking about the same thing. See,
Yeah.
for me, when you want to come out of your one zone to going to different zone, which you have decided for yourself, that is, this is the life which I want really. For that, I think mindset plays a very, very important role. When you shift your mindset, you don't ignore the current situation which you are into. Set your mindset towards something which you want to achieve. And I did the same thing. I actually went through the mindset which was very important for me to achieve or lead the ladder the at the top to reach at the top of the ladder. I actually fixed myself that I need to change my mindset. I need to shift my focus from one place
There you
to
go.
another. So it helped me a lot to whenever I'm actually got deviated from my path. I used to think about mindset. The mindset used to come in my mind. This is my shift. This is my goal. I need to do that. So I've already set my mindset that this is something I really need to do. I don't have to get deviated from it. That was my experience, which really helped me a lot. And of course, life coaching helped me a lot to come out of that zone. And
Wow.
how about,
So yeah,
yes,
so
yes.
you mentioned a key word there. So you didn't do this all by yourself. So that's what I really wanted to
Hmm.
have people understand. You can do
Yes,
it by yourself,
yes.
But it is tough. It's a hard road. And it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to have someone be your cheerleader to take you to that
True.
next step. There's nothing wrong with
True.
you. And,
So true.
you know, yeah, that mindset shift, right?
Hmm.
It sometimes it is so hard, and you just
Hmm.
need that other perspective to
Hmm.
help be your guide to go over to where you want to be.
Hmm.
Um, so why I said that, you said you did life coaching. I've done life coaching in a way of personal growth and development, where I spent many years, it didn't happen overnight, but many years achieving and being able to have that mindset shift. And
Great.
it's all about awareness too, right? If you have the awareness that you're stuck in your old ways, you have the ability then to even open up to that mindset shift. But if you can't even see it, you're going to have no growth. And that's really where like someone like a coach comes in to help you see that you're stuck. To this day, I have, although I went through that time in my life, the personal growth and development, I still have 4 or 5 people that I call, and I um, have them help me get out of my mindset, my stuck way of thinking, to where I can grow again. So I just want to say it's okay. And as we have shifted in the mindset and we go out in the world and we become leaders in this world, because it's people who are outside of their comfort zone, and once your world becomes more and it's not all about you, that's where the magic happens. That's where
True,
humanity gets
very true,
love and
very true.
attached.
Christine, you have actually pointed a very, very good point that yes, true. Until unless you are not accepting, until unless you are not going through that path that I need to go through this, I want this. And in the path, if you need to take help from someone, do that. There's nothing bad in doing that. There's nothing bad in doing that. So first of all, what do I feel like, what do you say about loving yourself? I think for shift you have to love yourself first, which many times what do we feel like, it's being maybe I'm being selfish, but what do you say about it?
No, I think you're right. I think you
Yes.
have to be comfortable with yourself first before, you can accept something better
Hmm.
for yourself. Um,
True.
I've had it myself. When I'm so stuck in myself,
Hmm.
everything shuts down around me. But when I have compassion and I reach out to others and I pull others together, and I'm a firm believer, together as a group, that's where we can move mountains. So
Yes,
like,
yes. Here I would like to talk
yeah,
about. I'm sorry to interrupt you in between, but here I would like to know your achievement. Now you are, once you have done your volunteering, now you are helping others too. Would you like to talk about the group which you are helping, and the women you have faced in your life? They are suffering from the pain, maybe kind of pain they are going through. You have helped them. Could you tell the audience about the same, that what achievement you are
yeah,
doing now with other women?
yeah, I would love to.
Yes.
So in Colorado, I wanted to get, when I first moved here, I wanted to get out and meet people, have people to go hike on trails with, because I wanted to share the same passions I have. Um, and it's just been
Wow.
absolutely really an amazing experience, with the women that I have met. We all
Hmm.
have so much in common, but
Hmm.
each one of them has,
Hmm.
they all have their own struggles. And
Hmm.
that's when you really become thankful for who you are in life as you listen to their stories.
Hmm.
One lady was going through breast cancer. Another one is dealing with a brain tumor. And then one that I will always remember, and I'm so honored to share a journey with her. She was at death's
Okay.
door um, a month before she met me. And she showed up at our hiking group. She's like, I'm not very experienced. And we actually had a pretty big hike plan that day. I was like, okay, well, we're hiking in high altitude, and in high altitude, you can get sick. It's hard to breathe. There's many challenges that come with hiking at high altitude.
Must be. Must
Um,
be.
yeah. So if you do, you need to go and sit there for a while, like a few days, so you can acclimate, and then start your hike, or else you'll be sick. But since we live at this elevation, it's not hard for us to go to a higher elevation because we have a foundation before we go
Okay.
hiking. So we can go up and we
Hmm.
can breathe and we don't get sick. Okay. Um, but she was recovering from being in the hospital, being really, really sick. And out of everybody in the hiking group, I
Hmm.
have certain people that go with me that are skilled hikers to
Hmm.
where, we as a group decide, okay, who wants to go, and who's not comfortable. And so
Hmm.
people will stay back, but those aren't comfortable, and those who are comfortable, we push forward. And I was so proud of her. Here she was, just so sick. And she was the only one in the group was like, I'll go. Let's go for it. And so, she wasn't
Great.
even thinking about it, right? But, and I
Wow.
said,
Wow.
okay. And I said, okay, here's how we're going to do this. Like, I just want to acknowledge you first for being the one that's still taking those steps to get to the ultimate goal. You're still in this game. Like, here's how we're going to do this. You're going to hike 10 steps, take a sip of water, hike 10 more steps, take a sip of water. And so my job is to make sure that she was drinking water. Because one of the hazards when you're up that high is if you don't drink water, that's when serious stuff has to happen. And because it was just she and I'm the one who has to get her down. So it's very critical, that the person that's leading the hike understands this. So, it was so awesome. That's what she did. She took what I had to say. She had to put a lot aside, all those emotions, but she just took that next step and took 10 more steps and drank more water, and we made it to our destination. And that was
Wow.
her first high altitude hike. I was so proud of her. It was just like, you don't know what this means. We're at 13,000 feet. Like, that's amazing. And she, is the first time ever.
So
I
it
was so proud.
was it a great achievement and great feeling for you when you achieve it first, or you uh, help that lady to achieve her first thing? What was great? When did you have that great feeling?
Oh, well, it was but reaching our destination, but I had that moment where I sat back and I said to her, I'm like, you know what? Just thank you for letting me be the one to take this journey with you.
Wow, it must
You
be
know?
incredible, that the experience must be
Yeah,
incredible because you helped someone to achieve that which was beyond his mind, beyond his thought, and that
completely.
lady must have been, and you have been an incredible coach too. That see,
Thank
taking that
you.
responsibility to make them achieve something which they have not thought of and which gonna increase boost their confidence, their life, everything, because not only about achieving the height of the mountain, it's all about achieving the height of life. You are
Mhm.
going one step above to whatever you have achieved in your life. So it's really
Correct.
incredible, Christine, whatever you are doing there for women, with women. I think you're gonna achieve, great heights.
Thank
So,
you.
yes, I would like to request the viewers or audience would like to, if they want to, ask something or want to go and want to achieve, want to gain something out of your experience. Like one of the viewer, Deep Upreti, he has been saying that, Christy, you are an inspiration for me. More power to
Oh,
you. I am going to do the mountaineering. He is the person and mountaineering course next month as well. Tell us more about your experience in mountaineering, please, if you can. Wow,
okay.
Deep, first of all, congratulations for choosing this, because there's gonna be one more ladder in your life. And please, Christine, help him to know more about the mountaineering. I
Okay.
think, yes,
Um, it's like, wow, where do I begin, right? So,
yes.
first of all, I want to acknowledge you for taking that step, right, to actually climb the mountain because it is a challenge for a lot of people, and the normal person doesn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So really, I want to acknowledge you for taking that and actually
Mm-hmm.
having the thought and doing the work to prepare for it.
Mm-hmm.
As you're up there taking steps, what I would advise you to do is take, it's called electrolyte solutions or electrolyte powder, or
Mm-hmm.
like here in America, we have like electrolyte gumdrops that are like candy. Because as you're up there about 13,000 to 13,500, you actually start to get dehydrated and your body goes through some changes as you're heading up in altitude. And many times at that elevation, I've passed people, and I don't really I keep always that stuff in my backpack, right? Just in case, because sometimes you get there, maybe you'll be off and you need that to get that off the hill. But most of the time, I pass people, and that's the lifesaver for them to actually get down to the altitude they need to be. So, you need to be prepared for that, for yourself and for others around you. I always carry a first aid kit in my pack too, just in case I meet somebody, because that is the difference between spending the night in the mountain and getting back down safely. Um, so you just want to be prepared. Um, and then, so when I go out with these hikes, I have literally 3 liters of water in my backpack. And usually when I come up, some come down, that's just about enough. I almost run out. So I would say carry 3 liters of water too. And then as you're going up, a positive mindset is so critical. There are these going to be these little creatures, which I love to death. As you're climbing the mountain, they're going to squeak at you. So what I love to do is I just love to have them go, say, Kristine, you got this. Keep going. As they're like, beep, beep,
So
beep.
people are already there to push you down, to pull you down, You can't
Yeah,
do that.
exactly.
But it's your mindset, your firm
Correct.
affirmation towards yourself that you want to do that and you did that. And now you are
Right.
helping
And
in to achieve other women too. You are really an inspiration, Kristine. And I would really like to meet you whenever and I'll plan whenever I come to US. I'll really plan to mountaineer with you. I know you'll be an
oh, I'd
incredible
love that.
coach to
That would
help
be
me out.
great.
Even I've never done that, obviously. I never thought of even. I'll surely come and join you. And
Wonderful. No, I'd love to
yes,
do it. That would be amazing. That really would
that
be.
that would be surely. So, Christine, how would you like to end up this talk show? And what, you know, firm attitude or firm, wordings you would like to end up with this talk show?
So where the thought that I would like to leave people with
Hmm.
is that really, you always hear this, but anything is possible. And all it
Hmm.
takes is one step to where you want to be. What would that be? Maybe it's going on the computer like I did my first step and research trails that I wanted to take, that I actually looked at. Okay, like here's
Hmm.
what I can do, here's where I want to be. What is at stake here, and what are the
Hmm.
actions I need to take? And
Hmm.
then, take another step forward after that. And then just keep taking steps until you achieve your ultimate goal. It may not happen overnight, but what I love about climbing those big mountains is that with each step you take, it's an amazing journey because your view changes every step basically. And then all of a sudden you get to this, you're on top of the world on the summit. And the journey, and you look back and you're like, oh my gosh. And then you get to go down the whole entire way that you just came, right? And you wouldn't have been able to achieve that if you didn't just take the step. So
True.
really take the step, and if you're not comfortable, if you have all these thoughts, all these fears, I get it. Ask for help. Ask someone, talk to someone. You know, I firmly believe in getting a personal growth and development coach, like Life's
Mm-hmm.
Honor.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they're going to be the ones who you can sit and talk to, and they're going to help you to be able to step outside of your fears and all your anxieties and take action, because that is a huge step. So really, my ultimate word of today is, or words is, take action. Take that first step. because you can't go anywhere without that.
Very true. Very true. See, you all your words, speaks your experience of life. Your life itself
Oh,
is a journey which is really an inspiration for me, for us, all of us, how you have actually achieved you have left your comfort life and came into your life, which is totally new for you. I know passion plays a very important role, but following the passion also very few people do, and after so many years also. And I think we all gonna learn something out of you and from your inspiration, and hope to join you soon, Kristine. It was really nice to have this, do this interview with you. I really thank you from the behalf of Lives On and Arjun, and thank you so much for joining us and delivering this session with us. Thank
thank
you,
you so much.
Kristine.
Take
Bye
care.
bye.
Bye.
Take care. Take care.